I have to admit something. My memory is not so good. When I was growing up, I don't remember much. There was one thing I depended on to help my memory while I was growing up. And that thing was movies. My mom would say to me, "You remember when you were 12? When you went to that restaurant and you threw up because you ate that medicine?" And I was thinking, when I was 12? What? No. And then she'd say, "Oh, remember when we went to go see that movie? And then afterwards, what did we do?" I'd go, "Yeah, of course. I remember throwing up now." And it's because my memory depended on the movies I saw. So I mention this because when I was growing up, my parents would always take me to movies. They didn't have captions. I would sit right in front of that big screen, and you think I'd be bored as a kid, right? But no, I was fascinated. How the camera lighting, how the camera moves, the panning, the zooms, how it goes in and out and moves around. I love it. How pictures in a sequence, no words in a sequence can tell a story. That is powerful. One movie in particular I will never forget. How many of you seen? So all of you, pretty much. And so this was the first movie theater that I remember seeing in. And as a kid, I was excited. I was watching all the way up to the end, and I cried. And then at night, we'd go, and I was just heartbroken because of this. But I was obsessed over one thing in this movie. The opening scene for this movie, do any of you remember it? It opens at night in a wooded area. All these sirens and lights flashing around, and it goes through the trees, and something, a creature, rushes through the bushes. And then the camera pans to a bunch of cars pulling up trucks with huge headlights. The door opens, and a man stomps out. The camera focuses only on his feet, and then pans up to his waist, where you see a gun hanging from his holster. You don't see his face. It only focuses on the gun. You don't know who that man is, or why he's here. But we know that all of these things are chasing this thing that escaped into the city. After that closes out, the whole movie happens, the whole story, the bike scene over the moon, and at the end, E.T. is dying. He's sick. They find him and they carry him over to the boy's house in the bathroom, laying on his side, the boy's holding him and they're crying. And then again, it shoots to outside. The policemen, everyone run into the house. One singular truck pulls up, the door opens, and the man walks out. It focuses on the shoes, and again, shoots to the gun. You don't see his face. We don't know what his job is. But that picture of the man and the gun, it tells you everything you need to know. He's the bad guy. He's trying to steal E.T.